Hey guys, this is UBR Tech, back with another video. Today's video is going to be us going over the 4 main rules of firearm safety. This video is going to be good for new firearm owners as well as a reminder for seasoned firearm owners. Okay, so before we go over the rules, I'm going to show you guys how to make your firearm safe. There are two terms. They're safe and clear. Both of those terms just mean that there's no ammo in your firearm. So now I'm going to show you how to make your firearm safe. So the first thing you're going to want to do is remove the magazine. And how you do that is by locating your magazine release right here. So normally it's a button just like this, but in some cases it could be a paddle just like this. And if it's a paddle, instead of being pushed in, you're going to want to push downward. So if you push down, you can see the magazine drops right out. But like I said, in most cases, it's a button just like this. And so if you push this button in, the magazine drops out just like that. Now this is just a snap cap, it's not a live round. Now just because we release the magazine doesn't mean that we're safe, because there could be ammo within the chamber. And so we have to check the chamber to make sure that there's nothing in there. So how we do that is by pushing up and holding up on this slide lock. So once you push up, you're going to hold it there, and then we're going to grab the slide, this is your slide, and we're going to pull it back to the rear, just like that. Now when I pulled that back, a snap cap dropped out. So that meant that this was inside your chamber. So regardless whether something falls out or not, you want to visually and physically check to make sure that there's nothing inside the chamber. Once you've done that, now we know we're safe. So now let's jump into the rules. So the first rule is to treat all guns as if they are loaded. Even if you made the gun clear, you should still treat that gun like it's loaded. Or even if you were over a friend's house and you saw them make the firearm clear and they hand it to you, you should still check to make sure the firearm is clear. Never assume that it's safe. It's just good practice to do this, which leads us into rule number 2. Never point the muzzle at anything you are not willing to destroy. This is the muzzle right here. This rule is really important because God forbid if it goes off, as long as you are pointing the muzzle in a safe direction, then you're less likely to hurt somebody around you. I really want to stress this point, not to point the muzzle at anyone, not even as a joke. I've seen tons of videos and pictures on social media of people pointing the muzzle at friends and family, and I really can't stress this enough. Never do that. Like I said before, not even as a joke. Rule number 3, always keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on the target and you've made the decision to shoot. By now, I'm sure that you could see just by breaking one of these rules so far could lead to a negligent discharge. It's important that you get into the habit of keeping your pointer finger straight out while holding a firearm, and it should look like this. This is called having good trigger discipline. The only time that your finger should be on the trigger or in this area, which is called the trigger guard, is when your sights are on the target and you've made a decision to shoot. Rule number 4, be sure of your target and what's behind it. This rule goes for target shooting as well as defensive situations. Even if you're shooting steel at your range, you always want to make sure that there's a backstop or a berm behind the target. This will stop any missed shots or penetrating shots. In a self-defensive situation, it's a little harder to figure out under stress, but you should identify the target and what's behind it. Always make sure there are no innocent bystanders behind or in front of your target. Those were the 4 main rules of firearm safety. So just as a quick recap, treat all guns as if they are always loaded. Never point the muzzle at anything you're not willing to destroy. Keep your finger off the trigger until your sights are on the target and you have made the decision to shoot, and be sure of your target and what's behind it. Depending on how well this video does, I might make another video on firearm safety rules while you're at your range. Guys, if you thought this video was helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Every subscriber helps. Thanks for watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.